6.5 million of every ancient army is currently laying siege to every Star Wars army that is currently trapped within the castle walls of this fortress. The ancient armies have Romans, Spartans, Knight Templars, Mongolian soldiers, archers, Ottoman Empire soldiers, every ancient army that you could possibly think of in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 versus every Star Wars army. So we have a army of Jedi Knights here. We've got B1 battle droids. We have stormtroopers over this way, as well as 332nd clone troopers over here. B2 battle droids, rebel fleet troopers, and an AT-AT, as well as some AAT tanks. This will be a brutal battle with millions dying and potentially thousands of Star Wars units dying. Comment down below if you think a mere 13,601 Star Wars units can defeat 6.34 million medieval ancient army units. Let's get into it. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alrighty then, gamers, I know it seems like the Star Wars units are basically screwed from the get-go here, but trust me, they are not. Let's press start right here and find out what ends up happening. I am telling you guys, whenever we do Star Wars units versus like Lord of the Rings or medieval units or whatever, the Star Wars units can can be outnumbered like 30 to 1 and still end up taking the largest W of all time. And so that's why we are taking it to the extreme this time. The Star Wars units are outnumbered by like an ungodly amount. Like, This is really taking the extreme to the extreme, and I am super fascinated to see what ends up going down. Now, as we can see, Star Wars units holding out pretty nicely, getting thousands of kills with their lasers, who are just super destructive. Now, the medieval and ancient units actually do have about 2,000 catapults on the battlefield. A number of them are dying because they're super weak and stray laser fire can hurt them and destroy them. So that's happening right now. But the ancient armies also should have some archers. Here's a bunch of oh no, those are Persian units, not Mongolians. Where are the archers? They're way back here somewhere. There's a bunch of Roman archers that are going to be coming forward as well. All I'm seeing right now is Persians. And then over this way, there should be some medieval England archers, or crossbowmen rather. They're over here along with the Knights Templar. So there are some ranged units that are going to be going up against the Star Wars units, and we'll see how they end up doing, because obviously the Star Wars ranged units are extraordinarily powerful on this battlefield. As you can see, there are a number of Jedi Knights who are going to be taking the initiative here and charging face first into, these are the Mongolians, so face first into the enemy and hopefully getting a lot of kills. But this is sort of a distraction. It's fun to do, have a little melee on melee between Star Wars Jedi Knights and a bunch of sword-wielding ancient soldiers. And as you can see, the Jedi are doing fantastic, but they will inevitably die, as already 950 of them have on the battlefield. Same thing is happening over here, although there's a lot more catapults coming in against these Jedi, so it's probably resulting in many more of them dying because of the catapult fire coming in. But there's not much you can do about that. More start to come out to support these B1 battle droids over here, and luckily the B1s are also supporting and firing in at some of these Spartan warriors over here, so that's good to see as well. It's going to be a lot of back and forth with these Jedi Knights for the first part of this battle, but then as we get going, it'll just get crazier and crazier. We've also got the AATs way up here. I'm not really sure if they're firing just yet because they're in just an upper position up there for later on, essentially. Further out this way, here's the Rebel Fleet Troopers, and they are firing. And over here, we have the brand new AT-AT unit. I've never used this before. Wow, it has 100,000 health, if I'm reading that correctly, which is pretty insane. It is inside here, so I don't know. Can it fire over the wall? Let's see. I'm not sure. It might just be hitting the wall. I'm not fully sure what's happening. Why don't we kind of shift it over back this way and see. Yeah, okay, so the fire actually kind of comes from its feet almost. So it can definitely shoot a lot of the units that are coming into the map here, but it's not going to be able to fire over the wall, which is definitely worse for it, but it is what it is. And beneath it is going to be these B2 super battle droids. So having this AT-AT is kind of fun because we've never had this before in Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. New vehicle we get to play with. I think that's pretty fun. This entrance point over here is filled to the brim with Roman soldiers as well as Knights Templar units, and they're coming in against some super battle droids. It looks like, yeah, a couple of these supers have ended up going down on the battlefield. They're pretty spaced out, but I think the further in that these ancient units go, the more of these supers will be firing in at them, so it'll be super deadly. Also, the 332nd troopers back here are only getting a little bit of fire out, supporting some of these rebel fleet troopers over this way, and it looks like the rebel fleet troopers are actually getting hit by a number of catapult shots. Those catapults are actually getting in there and getting some kills. Look at this, they're in the choke points over here. Luckily, the fortress walls kind of prevent a lot of those shots from actually going in, but a number of them do go over the wall and get on in there and get some kills against rebel fleet troopers. That's really not good. The rebel fleet troopers probably very pissed off about those catapults even existing and coming on in here, and there's still a lot of them left alive, just sort of lobbing shells from a distance. That's going to be a major problem. Again, luckily the walls do protect against most of them, but not all of them. So it is a little bit tricky. It is not fantastic. They're also hitting some of these B2s over here too, which is no bueno. Alright, how are the battle droids doing over this way? These guys seem to be doing okay. They are getting pretty bloodied, probably from some of those catapults. Yeah, there's a lot of them over here too. Not good. They're extremely weak, but the problem is to actually hit them is very, very hard on a map like this, so it becomes tricky. And we've got a lot of Jedi still going out to that choke point to try and fight those guys as well. So that'll be helpful, having those Jedi out there. And look at these Jedi over here. There's no projectile units over here for now, and so these Jedi are just having an absolute field day mowing down medieval units. Oh no, over here, yeah, there are those English crossbowmen. So these guys are actually getting some shots into some of these Jedi over here, but not enough to really do anything, and the Jedi do have the deflect ability, so that certainly helps. Why don't we go ahead and do a little time-lapse of these Jedi cutting down Knights Templar units, because that'll be very fun. 100,000 dead medieval units, 3,700 dead Star Wars units, mainly Jedi. Alright, pretty short little time lapse right there, but the Knights Templar do eventually kill all the Jedi, but many, many Knights are left dead in their wake, and more Jedi continue to come out from the stormtrooper position down here, so that's kind of funny. Stormtroopers also trying to shoot through the wall. No one ever said the AI was the smartest. What's with all these catapult shots flying through the air like crazy? Absolute insanity out here. A few B1s over this way have died to the catapults, but it seems like the catapults, yeah, they're not doing too much as of yet. I mean, each of these guys has 1,000 health, which is pretty impressive. I kind of want to take one out. Okay, this guy's only got 125 health left, so he's very likely to die quickly. Can we even get through the gate? They can, but I can't. There's too many bodies at the gate right now. Oh my god. Alright, I could not get through there at all with that battle droid, so that wasn't happening. What about a fleet trooper? You guys might have a better gate situation over this way. They fire much, much more slowly. Not as rapid fire, but, I mean, they do a lot of damage when they do hit, so that's kind of nutty. That's pretty nutty right there. You can just spam fire into there a little bit, but, yeah, these Spartans are coming through a decent bit, and a lot of the catapults actually pushed around a lot of the fleet troopers to be further back, which is certainly not helpful. AT-AT is still alive over this way, along with all of those B-2s that are protecting this area and this area over here. So it seems like right now the Star Wars units are getting flooded on multiple points. It does also seem like without the catapults, the medieval units would not be doing nearly as well as they are currently, and the only reason they're having small breakthroughs is because of those catapults. So maybe we finally found the Star Wars units their weakness, and that would be a large flying projectile straight into their faces. That's the only thing that seems to right now actually be assisting any sort of sword unit against any sort of Star Wars unit, because in the past we've done Lord of the Rings, we've done medieval, we've done the whole shebang, and never have the Star Wars units even lost. And so this is kind of a big deal to have these catapults doing so well. But I think take away the catapults and they do not do super well. Wow, actually lots of Spartans coming in over here. The Rebel Fleet Troopers, yeah, they really got hit hard by those catapults, thinned their lines quite a bit, and is resulting in them actually taking some serious losses. These pockets over here are less likely to die, though, from those catapults, but still they get hit by the catapults. So I don't know. That's maybe not. Maybe that is still a problem. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's tough out here. It certainly do be tough out here. Why don't we watch these Spartans come on in and see how they distribute along the castle walls here in a nice little time lapse, baby. Alright, despite inferior numbers, the Star Wars units are still holding. It really is just the catapults right now that are thwacking them, so if they really end up getting curb stomped due to catapults, we'll change it up. But the AT-AT does get decapitated. That's a cool animation. I wish we'd seen it happen. That would have been pretty sweet, but the AT-AT is gone now. Rip, rip, potato chip, probably due to, again, catapults. And yeah, I mean, the Romans, the Spartans, they're just kind of squeaking in from many different nooks and crannies. 332nd back here getting hammered hard by catapults now. Yeah, look at this. Oh wait, Knights Templar somehow got in here. Maybe they spawned in or something like that. What's going on over this way? Stormtroopers currently getting hit by a little bit of arrow fire, but they're doing a good job holding this door for sure against these crossbowmen. And over this way, the droids have somehow like been sort of pushed back here, probably again due to catapults, but they're still holding this body pile pretty nicely. And so that's kind of cool to see. I'm going to go ahead and time-lapse this so we can see the body pile slowly grow to over the wall. Alright boys, it's been a while longer and I figured we'd check out how's it going. This pile is getting up to the wall now. It's almost there, which is crazy. These battle droids still holding out. We got AATs over here still holding out, though one did die, probably due to fire. The stormtroopers back here are holding out as well, although they're definitely a little bit more dead than before. That's for sure. Probably some arrow fire hitting them. 332nd still alive over here. Wow. These Spartans are coming in all over the place, and the Rebel Fleet Troopers are pushing them back, but for how much longer? Unclear. Not totally sure how that's going to work, but we'll see. This doorway still getting clapped too, although again, Spartans are making their way through along with some Roman soldiers. And this doorway over here, same deal. So this little entrance area over this way is definitely going through it right now and having some struggles. They're on the struggle bus, but they're still holding. So let's time-lapse over here again. The other door seems to be holding a lot better with the B1s and the Stormtroopers, but over here it's a little bit more chaotic. The Star Wars units are doing it, though. They've got 3,800 troops just about remaining, but they still have 5.3 million enemies remaining. So this is going to be a long one. Well, guys, both sides continue to have incredible losses here. They're focusing hard on something in here. What the heck? Oh, Yoda's on the back. I forgot about Yoda. Yoda. I forgot I added Yoda to this battle. That's so funny. All right, so Yoda's just slaying over this way, chopping down enemies left and right. Baller moves from the Yodster. All other portions of the battlefield still seem to be holding pretty decently. Over here, they've got the body pile growing. AAT's still up over here. We've still got, well, almost no stormtroopers over here, so that's actually pretty bad. Oh, geez. How did all these Jedi die right here? What? Okay, that's crazy. But now, the flanking should start happening, actually. I think we just started this right as the last of whoever was over here died. The stormtroopers, the Jedi, or whatever. And so now these guys are going to start getting flanked. There are actually more AATs down here, though, and some droids. So hopefully they can stop this flank from impacting them too much. And it seems like, yeah, they're only flanking over to this side. So it'll be interesting to see how the droids deal with this. I think they'll be fine. I think they have enough troopers to hold both the door as well as this flanking route. And plus the AATs will certainly help a good bit. So that'll definitely be interesting, though, to see. Yeah, is it affecting over here? It seems like the Spartans actually might be coming down a little bit further over here because of the flank, but it's too early to tell, that's for sure. Why don't we go ahead and let this ride for maybe like an hour or so, because, well, unless something interesting happens, I'll check in on it periodically. But yeah, we've got a lot of battle ahead of us, so let's do that. Well, boys, some more time has passed here, and it seems like the flank over here is flooding in with troopers, so much so that they're getting stuck. They're getting stuck. Oh, it's because of all of the archers. Oh, this is easily going to be the downfall of the droids. It's all these archers. For sure, that's going to wreck them. For now, they're doing okay. The AATs are still alive there, too, which is very, very good. These ones up here are getting diced up a little bit. And they're also still getting attacks from up here, too. Although this body pile grows larger and larger. Very, very deadly, not very nice. And then on the other side over here, we've still got a ton of catapults, a ton of troopers, and these Ottoman troopers, who we haven't really seen yet, surprisingly, have made it to the front lines now. And they're getting in here pretty good. Some of the catapults are also getting in here pretty good. I think most of the rebel fleet troopers are dead. Yeah, I don't really see any. I guess, yeah, most of the rebel fleet troopers are dead. But the super battle droids still kicking, still doing it. It's really impressive, actually, like how well the Star Wars units are still doing. But the 332nd over here, man, I don't know what's going on, but they are very bloodied. Tons of bodies over here have been attacking them. Oh, it's because these flankers started coming in from over here. Oh, I see. I'm telling you guys, without the catapults, Star Wars units would absolutely dominate. But with the catapults, it's rough. Let's let this keep going. Alright guys, well actually it looks like pretty much everyone's dying over here. Oh! The Star Wars units got a lot of kills. There's only 3.5 million of the ancient and medieval units left, meaning, what? Is it 2.5 million or 1.5 million? 2.5 million died. That's it. Yeah, my math wasn't mathing for a second. Although, it says the Star Wars units only have 600k kills, so I'm wondering if some of their, like, explosive rounds or something along those lines? Because I know some of these units do have super bullets, which are the bullets used for John Wick, which is a, you know, a custom modded unit, a custom game unit that is super duper powerful. So I'm wondering if maybe not all of the kills are counting as kills, kind of like when tanks are used, and there were tanks on the battlefield too, or even catapults. Sometimes the kills don't count as kills because of explosives and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if that's why. But either way, the Star Wars units, man, they're actually putting up a good fight here, although there's only really droids remaining right now. Yeah, it's pretty much droids or bust. The B2s and clones over here all ended up dying, and now the entire fighting force of the enemy is upon a very small number of droids, 667 droids over here. So the Star Wars units finally met their maker, and usually the defenders in these battles end up dominating and winning outright, but right now That is not happening with these Star Wars units. So let's time-lapse this and see if they can get some more kills and maybe start a really solid defense that like is lasting, or if those catapults will eventually take them down. I really think it was the catapults, because normally medieval and Lord of the Rings units and stuff like that, they just get curb stomped, but been very successful this time around. And there we have it, boys. The end of a very brutal battle. I've been recording this for about 4 hours now, actually. So, very long one as well. This one took a beating for both sides. Body piles everywhere. Well, I mean, not really for both sides. The number of Star Wars units that are dead it's tiny. It's, about 15K, which is nothing. It's a nothing burger. That's insane. So yeah, Star Wars units do take the L for the first time in a really long time. In a really, really long time. They usually win almost every battle, so kind of crazy. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.